This week on Jon Thelen's Destination Fish, we get after a finicky walleye bite based around finding that spot on a spot. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by Lindy Fishing Tackle, Striker, and L&M Fleet Supply. Man, there's a fair amount of slush on the lakes, a little bit of wind out here, but we're set up, we're warm, we're ready to go. I think we're gonna have a pretty good day today. We've had stable weather for a couple days, and whenever I see stable weather, same thing, day after day after day, I tend to feel by day 3, man, the fishing can be pretty doggone good, and it's gonna plummet tomorrow. It's gonna get colder, and that's gonna slow fishing down for a day or two, so I figured I better get on the ice today. Here he comes. He's gonna hit something. It looks like he's on the bobber rod. There, he grabbed it. He's just, look at how slow he's taking that down. There, he's got it. Got him. Yeah, it feels like oh, he got off. Look at that. Let's get right back down there. Let's hope we got bait. If we got bait, we'll get him bited again. This time we're gonna get him. Got him. Same fish. No doubt in my mind, same fish. Heck yeah. Nice walleye. Come here, buddy. Good fish. Look at that. That right there. Awesome fish. We'll take that all day long, man. That's just awesome when a fish will come up like that. He hit it. I watched him hit it the first time and take it down, and I set the hook on him, and I thought sure that I had him good enough, and I didn't. And you know, sometimes what'll happen on those deals is they're just sucking on it, and you can't really tell. You set the hook and get a little unlucky every now and then, but that's a great walleye anywhere you go. Hey, here's what we're gonna talk about today. I'll give you an idea. It's 5 to 11. We're gonna talk about spots and how to pick them, and how to pick, more importantly than just the spot on the spot, and how to make sure that you're sitting in the areas where fish like that one right there are gonna see you. This is the time of the year where I vacate that shoreline stuff and I start looking at those first structures, second structures out off of shore. Because ultimately what's happened is a lot of those fish have left those shorelines. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to get a few fish in on those shorelines, but if you're looking to catch numbers and keep up with the best fish, you're gonna find that you're gonna need to move to these types of structures. So just look for that stuff that, you know, 1, 2, 3 miles off a shoreline. And what you're gonna find out is a lot of those fish left the shorelines, they found some deep water, they kept moving, and then they found a spot to feed like what we're sitting on right here, just more of a mid-lake type of structure. These first 2, 3 sets of structures off of shore are just deadly. Here we go. There he is, got him. Ooh, he came up and hit the jig rod. Did you see that? I was just picking up the dead stick to see if he would follow it up, and he smacked this jig rod. On the Mega Live, you'll see a hump down on the bottom. That's a boulder. Look at that. This fish right here got him behind that boulder. And I mean, you can see it down there on the Mega Live. And I knew when I set up, I was looking around, but I saw this boulder and I set up thinking I was pretty close to it. Well, doggone it, I'm really close to it. I'm just a few feet away from it. Fish like that one right there, they'll key on stuff like that. And that's exactly what this fish did. He came in, I watched him circle, and he didn't bite anything. So I picked up that dead stick and I just tried to lift it up a little bit. And right when I did that, he darted up. I watched him dart from behind that boulder and smoke that quiver spoon. That is really, really cool. That is just awesome. Hey, I want to tell you a little bit about what I'm using, how I'm set up today on the jig stick. I'm gonna lift it out of here right now. 1/8 ounce rattling quiver spoon on that one. Great fish, I'm gonna let this guy go. But this rattling quiver spoon, the reason I'm using that is because what we're trying to do, especially with the time of the day we're fishing here, what we're trying to do is get their attention. So 2 things there. We're making noise and we're putting that flutter down there. And then on top of it, we're just putting a bunch of flash down there. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by these fine sponsors. I'll tell you what, with the wind blowing as hard as it's blowing today, you really got to keep your heater cranking. But I'll tell you what, one thing that I think is really cool is if you look down here at my feet, you notice that I don't have any water down there, even though that heater's sitting right here. And the reason is I'm using this heat hog heater, and what's great about this one is you have the ability to tip it. So I've actually got it tipped at an angle, and what it's doing is pushing all that heat up toward me. So I'm getting all the heat up here in my body where I want it, and I'm not standing in a puddle of water. There he is. That one just darted out again. Man, I'll tell you, finding these little spots can make such a big difference versus just being in an area. Oh, look at that. Good fish. Look at that one right there. That right there. That right there is an awesome sauger. But man, these little spots, it can make such a big difference versus just pulling up and parking on a reef and thinking, okay, they're gonna come through here at one point or another. Picking these high percentage spots off an edge that is gradual. Maybe it's some rubble, maybe it's an inside turn, but always look for that added extra thing, that spot on the spot, because fish like that one right there, that's what they're looking for. That's where they eat. Man, just a couple of years ago, I never would have believed it, that there would come a point where I'd be looking at 2 sonar units in the winter. I've had that Humminbird, those Helix 7s for a long time, but now I've added a Helix 8, and I'm looking at a Mega Live as well. And man, I'll tell you, it's helping me catch more fish. But one of the biggest things that comes out of that is the power sources. We need more power source. And I'm using all amped lithium batteries. And when it comes down to it, Amped Outdoors is known for building the most power into the smallest case size of their batteries. That's why I choose to run the amped lithium batteries. I think he's got that bobber rod. Yeah, he does. Saw this guy come in, and I was messing around with stuff other than fishing for a minute. Feels like a good one. Definitely gonna be a pale fish. Oh yeah. Oh, look at this. Nice walleye. Look at that one. Great fish. Look at that. How cool is that? This is the dog days of winter. This is supposed to be that time where fishing's tough, and I'm gonna let you in on a little something. Most people are saying right now that it's a little bit tough. But the reason I'm catching these fish today is because we're parked in the right place. There's another one. He had a buddy with him. He's right on the jig stick right now. I'm gonna throw this thing in here. Let's see if we can get this one to bite. We just bumped it. There he is, got him. Awesome, awesome. That is cool. He had a buddy with him. I just looked down and I saw him while we were hanging on to that fish, talking about that one. And this one nails it. Look at that, another great eye. Look at this. Same size, probably same doggone year class, traveling together, just eating. This one nailed the quiver spoon. Look at that. A dead stick fish on the frosty jigging spoon, followed up by a quiver spoon fish. I mean, they'll travel together like that, but here's what just happened. You want to talk about capitalizing on fish coming in to eat? We just got them both. Both of these fish were here for the same reason. They were here to eat, and they both ended up in the bucket. All right. Man, was that a great day of walleye fishing. Hey, before we go, I want to take just a minute and tell you a little bit about this Striker Apex suit you see me wearing today. This suit is Striker's top of the line. It's simply lighter, warmer, and more comfortable than any other suit on the market today. The Apex suit features PrimaLoft cross-core insulation that has built-in heat map technology to keep you warm, while the cross-flow venting system provides the ultimate in breathability, ensuring you will not break out in a cold sweat while on the move. 150 grams of SureFloat technology will keep you afloat if the unfortunate fall through the ice were to happen, while the 3-point adjustable hood and magnetic storm flap closures keep you warm and windproof in any conditions. Add to all of this the premium waterproof zippers and the convenience of line cutter zipper pulls, and you have the ultimate ice fishing suit. The Striker Apex suit is truly top of the line. For more information about this great suit or the entire Striker lineup, you can check them out at your favorite retailer or online at strikerbrands.com. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish has been brought to you by these great sponsors.